One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I'm fucking mad. I was recording the Oris OU 2025 viability rankings update with Ruffles, who is a very good Oris player, understands the metagame, and was involved in the recent viability ranking shifts, which was massive. That's why I have it open here on the screen. Um, and we were about 50 minutes in, and my computer just fucking died. Even in the interview with Blunder, then it was totally fine. It was going on for a lot longer than that, but I don't know why. It was plugged in, everything was going fine. I had let it rest for a long time before even opening it up to do this video. So, God motherfucking damn it. So, since it's now extremely late, and I still wanted to keep going with my daily upload schedule, here is one of my favorite replays from this past season of SPL between two very good players, Gary Oak and Michael Derbesta 2, in Orso U. And I especially like this game because it has... not just because it's two great players playing, but because I really like both players' styles. There's there's an abundance of the humble play style, as it's referred to. People used to talk about Brofist that way all the time, that he would never cheese. He was too humble. He would just try to win through skill. And I like players that bring those kinds of teams. And then we get, some really good Pokemon out of it. When you have innovation, obviously, but, nothing ridiculous trying to... Why am I even talking about this? I don't give a shit about this right now. I'm fucking furious. I'm as furious as Gary feels about, taking all that passive damage from knocking off into that Rocky Helmet Rough Skin Garchomp with Bisharp. And he's falling behind in the Stealth Rock War. Jesus H. Christ. And it takes until turn 6 for the SPL mode to be turned on, too. Yeah. You know what I was discussing with my therapist this week? Every time I'm in a good mood, the other shoe drops. And not it can't last. No, it's immediate. If I'll have, it's happened 3 times in the past week. I realize I'm in a volatile time with the preparation for the movie and everything. But Jesus H. Christ. So yeah, I apologize for this video not being particularly insightful Pokemon-wise, but I hope it's cathartic for you to hear some anger, which is a healthy emotion to express in a healthy way. It gets demonized. Obviously, anger from people who can't fucking control themselves is the worst thing in the world. Or won't control themselves. I want to make that difference. They can't control themselves is not, I just can't control myself. I see red. It's no, you don't. If you saw red, you would do a lot more than what you do. You give yourself permission to go to an extent that you deem is acceptable. And the distinction is very significant. Anyway, that aside, it gets demonized as, why would you get angry? Why would you ever get upset over anything? And I think it's related to the perpetual irony poisoning we are fighting against. You know that stupid fucking meme, which I have never enjoyed, but, the one that begins with, bro did XYZ. I don't know why that ever became popular, because not that, internet speak is particularly known for its interest, but at least sometimes it's, pretty funny. But this just felt so, the fact that it wasn't even funny to begin with, and yet everyone jumped on the bandwagon, I was like, are we all so devoid of sensation at this point that we just go along with this blatantly unfunny fucking nonsense just because it's, oh my god, searching for answers is going to drive me crazy. One of the titles I would really like to use for my movie is "You Will Never Know Why," taken from the album by Sweet Trip, but I'm meeting some resistance on it. And that album title is so striking in part because you try to understand shit like this and it turns into some sort of cosmic horror. God motherfucking damn it. I don't know. I would understand if the computer had been running for 3 days and I was doing multiple things with it at the same time, but it was OBS, it was the I guess I had Discord open. Yeah, Discord, Firefox, And the blunder thing worked fine. I mean, it was slow as hell in a lot of parts, but eventually I figured out what exactly it needed to run at an acceptable frame rate. As an aside, I fucking hate graphics obsessives. Like if we're talking a work of art, then okay, yes, the visual quality is important. But YouTube videos, fussing over the frame rate. I realize my videos are uncommonly slow sometimes when my computer's fucking dying. Okay, that is an exception, but you know okay, that is a little bit of misplaced frustration. I realize it's flying all over the place, but I think in general we have too much of a need for everything to be pristine to the point where it's all sterile. Anyway, God damn, I'm really, really upset about that. I mean, we're gonna do it again. In a couple days, but fuck me, that was horrifying. Anyway, so I hope you have also enjoyed the highlight of this replay between these two excellent players, which really came down to the wire. Um, yeah, and it comes down to a Scarf Excadrill roll against Keldeo, if I remember correctly. And does it get it? Wouldn't it be so fucked up if I just I pause the replay here and you don't actually know if it KOs it or not? Talk about you will never know why. Actually, I guess that's not why. It's just you will never know. But yeah, actually, I think here Gary asks, you got attack, which you would think is like obviously on Scarf Excadrill, but people like to bulk their Excadrills out a lot, even on Scarf, because it's about the utility. You hit what you need to with EQ anyway. Man, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Oh, never mind. Okay. All right. I don't know how much of that you heard, but I realized that I had still, left food in the oven while I was trying to figure out this fucking fiasco. But because right now I'm really into slow cooking my stuff, then I had the temperature on so low that now the food is, pretty much ready. It's not even for tonight because it's too late. It's so I can take it with me tomorrow when I'm at the office doing fucking movie shit. Oh, God damn it. In the year 2011, my buddy Roscoe was really into Tyler the Creator, and he would like quote this interview he did where this stupid fucking photographer took all these fucking pictures and they were all fucking bad. And he just said, "I'm an angry bitch," or "I'm an angry bitch," and he always quoted that to me, especially when I was getting mad over ladder. Roscoe was diabolical back in the day. He knew I would get mad at ladder, and then he would be like, "Hey, why don't you get a ladder game?" And I'd say no, and then he would push me into it, and because I was fucking 15 years old, then I would acquiesce, and then he'd mess with me, and then I'd remove him on Skype, and then Skype, that's how old this is, and then he would add me, and then we'd be fine again, obviously. But the flip side to that is once I was really bummed out over a girl, and he gave me some good advice. He was like, "Dude, she doesn't give a shit about you. You can't care about her. I mean, what?" And it's like, you know what? That's fucking good advice. And he was like, "You know what would make you feel better would be hitting that ladder." And I did, and I was fucking mad. Actually, no, I take it back. I told him I was getting a ladder game, and he was like, "Oh yes, he's hitting that ladder," and because it would make me feel better. And I remember I was so fucking pissed at this girl. I was 15 years old. Okay. In my defense, she was being, but teenagers. I don't hold it against her much. Um, yeah, and then I got on the ladder and I just beat the fucking shit out of this guy. And Roscoe's like, oh my god, that poor guy, stop it. And no, yeah, I remember he had a Mian Chow. That's all I remember, and I was running circles around him. Anyway, yeah. So Excadrill fucking earthquakes, and it KOs the. Oh no, it doesn't KO the Keldeo. I completely forgot. Holy, maybe I was underestimating Keldeo. So yeah, the mystery is resolved, but that doesn't make it any less haunting, and that's something I've been trying to remember lately. Oh, and look, Michael says he had 16 because he wasn't sure because of the spin roll, but he knew it wasn't max. Okay, so makes sense. Thanks so much for watching. Back to your regularly scheduled programming for tomorrow. I'm sorry about this one, but fuck me, I am really, really cheesed about this because it was a rough day already, but then it was going pretty well actually. And in the middle of it, I was feeling pretty good. And then I got to play basketball to my surprise, and I come back, and I was like, all right, let's knock this video out. It was going really well. It was fun, too, jamming about Oris, and... okay. Yeah, thank you for bearing with me and my fucking computer, which I thought could not fuck me any harder, but... what is this? The tariffs? Because this is coming pretty close to how much those are messing with my paycheck. Thank you, and see you in the next one.